What's up, guys? It's your boy, the CD, the Chase Dingleheimer, bringing you the news. Today's breaking news is that NAFTAN have a new owner and a new chairman in charge of the club. It remains to be seen if they're going to change anything at all at the club. Probably nothing. They've put no money into the club. They've literally just changed the name of the owner. That's literally it. Nothing else has changed. So it remains to be seen if it's going to be a help or a hindrance to Tom as the manager. But this is some breaking news.
Hello and welcome back to Around the Block. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to another episode with NAFTAN. Of course, Chase Dingleheimer has just broken some massive news, but we'll get into that very shortly. In the meantime, I just want to say thank you ever so much for everyone who is watching the series so far and supporting my channel. Massively appreciate it. So keep dropping likes on the video. 150 likes is the target for today's video. And of course, if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel and press that notification bell so you never miss an upload of mine. Also, want to say a massive thank you to the brand new Patreon on the channel, Dan Jones. Massive thank you to you and your support. Really appreciate it, especially in the time at the moment when we're all, everything's a bit up in the air, it's a bit mental. So thank you for your support. I massively appreciate that. Coincidentally, my favourite historian is called Dan Jones. So I don't know if you're the same person or not. I don't think you are, but it'd be cool if you were. So there we go. But if you've not checked out Dan Jones, the historian, he's a great historian. So I recommend him massively if you're looking for a good book to read in this quarantine times. Also, just want to say a massive thanks to everyone who has come over to the Twitch channel so far. We're over 100 followers on there, which is brilliant. I want to try and get as many followers over there as possible. Last night, we started a brand new stream save with Lincoln City, my favourite team. So we've had the Lincoln Loco 1 with Lincoln City, we've had the Lincoln Loco 2 with Lincoln United, and now we're doing the Lincoln Loco Live with Lincoln City again. And it's good fun. A lot of you seem to enjoy that. So head over to Twitch because you can watch a replay of last night's stream. I've worked out how to do that now. So if you follow the link in the description to go to my Twitch channel and click on videos, for the next 2 weeks or so you should be able to watch a replay of all my streams now, which is great. But you can go and watch the Lincoln Loco Live replay on that first one. We did pre-season and we did the first 2 games of the actual season, so it's about an hour long, that video, so go and check that one out if you've not done already, and follow my channel on there as well. I'm streaming again tonight at 6 PM with my friends, doing that fantasy draft once again, and then tomorrow on Friday the 27th I'm going to be streaming from 2 PM with Lincoln City and the Lincoln Loco Live once again for a couple hours, so hopefully you can join me then for both of those streams, which would be fantastic. Anyway, back into the game. We need to get back on with things. We had a slight change to the schedule for today's episode. We're no longer doing Leicester and Arsenal. We're going to be doing Orsha and a cup game as well, because just before this Orsha game was about to kick off, the big news came through. The Afghan Takeover has been completed. Local investor Maxim Pugac has successfully completed his takeover of the club, and he's indicated that his first priority is to get the club back on sound financial footing. Now, I know Chase Dingleheimer said he'd not put any money into the club. That's not strictly true. I think he might have put some money into the club, because I can only assume that this, on the income this month, this breakdown of other £77,000 is money from the new owner. I'm going to assume that's the case, but I would have thought it might be investments if it was the new owner. So yeah, investments is for the chairman, other is just other sources. So I don't think he has put money into the club. This £77,000 just comes from something else. I'm not entirely sure, but it does mean we're on £12,000 in the bank balance, so that's the first time for a long time we've been in the black rather than the red, which is fantastic stuff. But hopefully the owner's going to put in £1 million or so. That's what I think about sound financial footing, so hopefully £1 million comes in very soon from him. It does say here that he's going to be talking about the club vision very soon, so we might have a big change to this club vision. So maybe no longer developing players using the club youth system, maybe no longer playing counter-attacking football. That might all change, so we'll have to wait and see what the new owner wants. Anyway, since you guys were last here, form's not been brilliant, I've got to say. You were last here for the Kletsk and the Smolovici game where we drew and won there. Straight after that, we had a 4-1 pounding by Gamel. And to be honest, they just battered us. They were all over us. We could not do anything in that game. They deserved their victory there. And it was a big victory, 4-1. Terrible to concede 4 goals. Dennis Farrago scored the only one for us there, which wasn't great, really. It was a bit of a stupid goal for them to concede. I think it was a defensive mistake which led to that goal. So, really, we should have been pummeled even more than we actually were, really. We just played terribly. And we had to turn things around. Now, the next 3 games we were playing against clubs who were in the bottom half of the table. I think they were in the bottom 5, actually, as well. So, we had to make sure we had to win those games. And I thought we need to change up formation because we can't go counter-attacking against these clubs down here that aren't very good. I thought we need to go attacking. We need to take the game to them. And we did that in the first game against Volna, and it didn't work out for us. We had lots of shots, but we just couldn't put them in the back of a net, and we had to rely on a Dennis Farago penalty to ensure we picked up a point in that game. It wasn't great, I'm honest with you, so that wasn't a great indication of this new attacking formation, and it got even worse in a game against Granite as we lost 1-0 to them. Now, they've had a good run of form, actually, so they're up to about 6th in the table, but when we played them, I think they were in 11th or 10th or something like that, so they weren't great, and I thought we could beat them easily, but we couldn't score a goal, and they won the game, unfortunately, so that wasn't great. But last time out, we did manage to beat Baranovici 4-2. Kilman, Znak and Shitty with the goals in that game, as we finally got another win under our belt. But it's not been great in the table. We've dropped down to 2nd, as you can see, on 21 points, with Gamel taking over at the top of the table with 23 points. Orsha, Arsenal and Slonim below us by only a single point. So if we lose today against Orsha, potentially we could be dropping down to 5th in the table, which is not what we want to see. Anyway, I'm going to sort of keep playing the game. I'm expecting this meeting with the board to come up very, very soon. We've got Orsha coming up and then the cup game after that. And I'm very tempted to do the cup game because I want to try and play all our youth players in that one, which I think will be quite interesting for you guys on the Patreon to see. So that's the motivation behind doing this cup game after we've had to sort of rearrange the schedule a little bit to sort of cater for this this board takeover. I'm expecting to have a meeting with the board, though, about the club vision, but nothing's really come through yet. Why are they not wanting to talk to me? I'm a little bit concerned by that. As again, we've got to the game now, and they've not wanted to talk to me. I only started this miles before the game because I wanted the board to talk to me, which is a bit upsetting. Why don't they want to talk to me? What have I done wrong? Either way, the Belarusian Cup first round is made today. 32 teams go into the draw. I would do a draw, but I've no idea who's good and who's not good. So I'm just going to go and continue this. And we've been drawn against a team called Dnipro Rogachev, who I think are below us. They're in the 3rd division and actually got relegated in 2016, it says there. So maybe they're in the 4th division or something like that. So fingers crossed, this should just be a routine victory for us. In the Belarusian lower leagues, I think this should be a routine victory for us, even if we do play our youngsters and stuff, which would be great. So, right, going forward then into this Orsha game. The board still not wanting to talk to me. What's wrong with me? Like, what? Have I done something wrong? Why don't they want to talk to me? So for this game against Orsha, we need to go back to that counter-attacking style of play, I think. We just need to go back to it and hope for the best, really. As per usual, we've got Sakovic in goal for us with a pretty senior backline of Basaria, Borisov, Crazy and Shegrakovic. They're going to be starting in that backline. I think we need an experienced backline against a team like Orsha today. Kilman is starting on the left wing today because Tomelo in recent games just hasn't been playing well. If we have a quick look at his form, he's been on a 6.4, a 6.3, a 6.3, a 6.7. So we're not going to start him today. We're going to start with Kilman instead on that left-hand side. Znak and Gompi Hartmanov are going to be combining in the middle of the park with Moses on that right-hand side. And then Shitty Gel is going to be starting in the attacking midfield role today. Maybe as an advanced playmaker. Let's try that one out with Farago as the advanced forward. Hopefully that's going to be the team that's going to get us the results today. But Orsha is going to be a very tough team to take on. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today. Given the recent form and troubles we've had, I've got to say Orsha have got to be the favourites of this one. But Gompi Hartmanov to put a ball into the middle. Borisov, gets on the end of it, but the angle is too acute and he only hits the post with that one, which isn't great, I've got to say. We do have a corner though, which Zach puts in the middle, but it is cleared and that's probably going to be the end of the highlight. So Gompi Hartmanov is proving to himself to be a very useful asset from corner kicks. He's been fantastic. Corner kicks, free kicks, set pieces. Gompi Hartmanov is the man to do it. He is fantastic. Always putting some great balls in there. Scoring. He scored a goal into. We saw that on episode as well. He's not scored another one, but he has got a few assists this season, which is great to see from the youngster. Is he 17 or 16? 17 years old now. We probably need to give him a proper contract actually at some point as well. But the 14 free kick taking is coming into its own at the moment. Long shots of 7 should be improved as well, I've got to say, to get him to score a few more free kicks and stuff like that. But he's been very, very good so far. As Shegrakovic to put a ball in the middle in towards Gompi Hartmanov. He puts the ball in the middle. It's cleared, but only as far as Znak. Shot blocked. Goes out to Kilman on the left-hand side, who puts the cross in the middle. It sort of bounces around the area a little bit. I'm not quite sure what the highlight was really for there, because nothing happened too much. But considering that I don't think we've played very well in recent games, we are battering Orsha right now at half-time. 7 shots to 2 shots, 56% possession as well. Can we not do this more often, please? We just need to keep going in the second half and sort of just hope for the best. Farago not having the best of games today on a 6.4 rate. I mean, no one's playing that great. Everyone's on like a 6.6 pretty much, but everyone on the Orsha side are on a lower rating, so that's quite good for us. As Gompi Hartmanov looks to try and get a challenge in there, can't quite get it in. The ball That's a very, very good ball from Orsha. Sakovic on great form there to keep that one out the back of the net. That's the best chance I think either side have had so far in today's game. Only 178 fans turning up for this one. I want to get more fans coming to the ground. We need to get bigger attendances to start boosting the income of the club a little bit. We've got 10 minutes left to go. Let's watch this highlight with Gompi Hartmanov surely putting this in the back of a net. Come on, Gompi. Back of a net. Hits the wall. Second attempt hits the wall. We're going to make some changes in the second time. I haven't realised how quickly the time has been ticking down in the second half. We're up to 78 minutes already as Crazy back to Shegrokovic. Loses possession and Orsha on the counter-attack. Good save from Sakovic there. That was really, really needed, I've got to say. Right. Kilman's looking tired. Let's bring Tomelo on. Let's give him a go. Moses also looking tired, so Binchov come on that right-hand side as well. Farago's not playing well, so we need to bring Yanchenko on the pitch instead as a pressing forward on attack. And we might bring Abademi on for Shitty Gel as well to be a shadow striker. That's 4 subs out of the 5 we can make. It's mental that you can make 5 substitutes in this, but 10 minutes ago, we need to just reinvigorate the attack a little bit as well. Let's go attacking as well. Let's try and grab a goal in the next 10 minutes or so with a new attacking quadruplet to come on the pitch. And also, let's say, get creative out there. But I can guarantee there'll be no highlights now. I've changed all that, and they won't be able to do anything. They'll be so ineffective. And as the clock ticks down, at least we kept a clean sheet, and we didn't lose. But we have dropped down to 4th in the table as Arsenal and Slonim win their fixtures. So that's not great for us, I've got to say. That's not great for us. Aggressively, that was not good enough today. We're going to say that. Players look fired up. But at least we didn't concede today. That's quite good. We've had a run of games where we've been conceding goals quite a lot. In fact, we conceded a goal in every single game in May. So we had to turn that around very quickly and managed to get a 0-0 draw with Orsha. So to stop them scoring, I think, is quite a big achievement. Moses has been called up to the Belarus under-21 squad. That's pretty decent, I've got to say. Moses called him. He's not our player, is he, technically? He's on loan with us. But it's nice to see a player playing for us recognised and being called up to the under-21 squad internationally. That's fantastic. So in the meantime, we've got this cup game coming up midweek against this Dnipro side, which I'm probably pronouncing massively wrong. But we've still not had this chat with the board. Unless they've just decided to do things without me. No, that's all still the same, this. Why have they not wanted to talk to me? I mean, the good news is he's not sacked me, I suppose. That's probably the best news out of this. I've not been sacked and they don't want to bring their own guy in. But I'd like him to talk to me a little bit and just, have a little chat about football or something like that. Right, coming up this game then against this team that we should be comfortably beating. I say that a little bit carefully, comfortably beating. We need to go attacking for this game, I reckon. Also, what this means is I want to try and bring on some youngsters. So, Patrick Davinsky, we've not seen any of you yet, I'm afraid, which is a bit of a shame, but you've got strong competition in goal. But you're going to come on for this cup game as a goalkeeper on defend. There we go. You want to be a sweeper keeper, but we're going to have you a goalkeeper defend today. Not sure how well Dmitry Binchov can play at right wing, but we're going to give you a go at playing at right wing today. I know you're more of a right midfielder, but Dmitry Binchov at right wing. Tobias, we're going to get you on that right back position as well. I want you to play there quite nicely. Tomovsky, Rytchenko, unfortunately, you're injured at the moment with a hamstring strain, so you're not going to be able to play this game, which is a big shame, I should say. And I think that's actually all the Patreon guys so far that I want to get into the squad, all the youth players. We'll get our young centre-back that we brought in. We'll get him playing as well instead of Borisov. Want to get a young guy in there. Of course, Gompi Hartmanov is playing on the pitch already. He's always sort of playing games because I think he's a great midfielder already. It's also a chance to see what some other players can do out there as well. So Yanchenko is going to come on as a pressing forward. We're going to bring on Abademi again instead of Shitty Gel. Shall we give Tomelo a go? He's not played well, but Kilman's played quite well. But let's give Tomelo a go. Let's put him on that left wing. Let's see what Tomelo can do. Hopefully he can sort of shine today, and that might give him some confidence to start playing well again. What we might do as well is bring Tishko onto the pitch instead of Znak. Now, he's a player that was out on loan last season. We've sort of used him sporadically a little bit. He was out on loan at Slonim last season, actually, not really making many appearances, but has come back, made one appearance so far for us this season. I want to see a little bit more from him, so hopefully Tishko can do something. But we'll leave Crazy on the pitch, I reckon. I don't think there's anything else I really want to bring on for him instead. So, yeah, I think that's going to be the lineup this game at least, for this cup game. So, quite the change, but hopefully we're going to see plenty of goals and some interesting stuff from the players that we haven't really seen much of so far this series. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today. If we don't win this 4 or 5-0, I'm going to be very disappointed. I mean, I'm not quite sure how good Rogachev are as a team, But I'm assuming because they're a few divisions below us, we should be battering them today. Like, we should be battering them. Gompi Hartmanov with a free kick. Oh, nearly putting that in the back of a net. And I'm not quite sure how Artem, the young... I'm sure it's Artem. I just can't say... I might just rename him because I just cannot even... Vysotsky. Actually, when you say it like that, it's not that bad, is it? Vysotsky. I'll try and remember that. But I don't know how Vysotsky didn't put that one in the back of a net. Crazy with a free kick from a defensive position, putting it out towards Dmitry Binchov, who can't reach it. But Tishko is there, who puts it back to Dmitry Binchov to put a cross into the middle. Blocked by the defenders, unfortunately. And Rogachev looking to build out from the back on a bit of a counter-attack as they play it back and try and consolidate the ball, keep possession. That's not how you keep possession, lads, as Tobias gets the ball back to Gompi Hartmanov, into Abademi. Abademi out towards Dmitry Binchov. No, Yanchenko gets there instead. He gets past the defender. He crosses that into the middle, and it goes all the way through to Temelo on the left-hand side of the pitch, who can put a ball into Bassaria, in towards Abademi, who gets it down to Dmitry Binchov, who puts it over the bar. Come on, lads. I want a bit more from you, a bit more clinicality to score some goals. Also, I've just noticed as well, looking on the on my OBS screen, I'm wearing a white t-shirt. I don't know why the green screen is going a bit mental. Oh, that's fine, isn't it? The green screen seems to be going a little bit mental as we've just conceded a goal. Oh, no. This is not what's meant to happen. Not what is meant to happen at all. It's a bit of a soft goal to concede as well, I've got to say. To be fair, Patrick Davinsky, this is the first thing you've ever had to do. And you've done that, lads. You've done that. It's literally their first shot. It's the first thing you've ever had to do on an episode or a game, and you've done that, lads. I mean, I'm not pleased. We need to score a goal before half time, otherwise we are going to be in serious trouble as Dmitry Binchov gets it out towards Temelo, who is through one-on-one with the keeper. Selfish again. Should have crossed that one, I've got to say, but you hate to see it. You hate to see it. We get a corner though, which Bassaria puts in the middle. Dmitry Binchov, who has been playing pretty well, I think. When I say someone's been playing well, though, their ratings are usually quite low. So we'll have a look at what his rating is at half-time. As Gompi puts it into Yanchenko, who heads that one wide. We are having all the chances. 16 shots we've had in this first half. And yet we're 1-0 down. We are being FM'd right now. You hate to see it. Dmitry Binchov, your rating is 6.9. Well, actually, is the best out of everyone. So that does. I said he's playing well. He is playing well. He's playing the best out of everyone. Aggressively, though, where is the passion, lads? Do you even want to win this game? And not everyone's reacted pretty well to that. In fact, Tishko looks stressed by that, so we might take him off and start to bring on some big guns in the second half if we have to. Abademi on the ball early on, though. Hopefully we're going to score a goal right from kickoff, as Dmitry Binchov, the best player on the pitch right now, gets on the end of that ball. Can he put a cross in the middle? Not quite, gets blocked, but he has got another chance to put it in, and it goes all the way through to Bassaria. Shoot, lad, shoot! Couldn't keep it down though, unfortunately. Can't quite believe this is happening, if I'm honest with you. Like, I just cannot believe this is happening. Get creative out there. How are we not winning this? Just how? How are we not winning it? It's mental, isn't it? Gompi Hartmanov, deliver a inch-perfect free kick into Crazy, into Temelo. Temelo, brilliant free kick set piece there. Crazy put it on to Temelo, and Temelo put that one in the back of it. I want to see what's more on the highlights. So Gompi's free kick, bit short really, into Crazy, who nods it onto Temelo, who left-footed volley first time, just about squeezes that past the keeper into the net. We are level terms now with them, which is good, but we need to be winning it as Gompi Hartmanov with another free kick, swinging it into the middle. It's cleared. But it's not cleared very well as Abademi gets it into Dmitry Binchov, who gets his goal today. He massively deserves that goal, Dmitry Binchov. You've been the best player on the pitch. And you've got to say, Dnipro Rogachev had a massive defensive error here. I'm not quite sure what this player's doing. Just get rid of it. But no, Abademi tackles him. Dmitry Binchov, first time shot. Keeper does get a hand to it, just sort of pushed it into the back of a net. And we have taken the lead here today, which is great. But I feel like we need to bring on some big guns to just sort of guarantee the win here. So Dennis Farrago is going to come on as that advanced forward, and Abademi can be more of that advanced attacking midfielder on attack. We'll make him that instead. The young centre-back, Vysotsky, is not playing brilliantly on a 6.6 rating, so we're going to take him off for Borisov. We'll do that as well, but they are the changes that we'll make to try and just solidify the win here. Is Tishko on the edge of the area, out towards Tobias. Tobias into Yanchenko. Gompi Hartmanov shoots from distance, goes over the bar. That would have been a great goal to score if we got that in the back of the net. Another chance for us right now. Tobias into Abademi, into Dmitry Binchov, back to Tobias, into Farrago in the middle, who somehow heads that over the bar. That was easier to miss. Easier to score than miss, sorry, and he somehow missed that one, which is weird. The thing is, though, I am concerned. This game massively concerns me, okay? We're playing a team from a good couple divisions below us, I've got to say, as Farrago wins the ball there. We'll talk about this in a second, as Farrago coming forward, shoots, blocks, shoots, save. It's a shame, that. And this is what I mean, 32 shots, only 2 goals. Only 2 goals. This really worries me. We've just not got a goal scorer in the squad. I thought Farrago was that goal scorer, but he's not. He's just not scoring the goals that we need him to score. And if we can only score 2 goals in 32 shots, that really does worry me and concern me. We have to try and do something about this at some point. So when the transfer window comes out, I'm going to be looking for a striker desperately. As Gompy, mate, how have you not put that in the back of a net? So many chances we should have just buried if we just keep our shots down, but clearly no one can shoot well. At least we won. It wasn't quite an embarrassing game, but it wasn't far off, really. Tell the boys they played well indeed. I'm not telling them that. I'm going to say assertively, we got away with that today. And a few players looked motivated by that. Gompy looked a bit stressed by it, but to be fair, Gompy didn't have the best of games, if I'm being honest with you. Had some good free kicks, but I don't think other than that he was brilliant. But at least we are through into the second round, which is fantastic. But the issue is, we've got 2 weeks off now before this next game against Ulster, which is fine. But why the board not wanting to talk to me? The board just clearly don't want to talk to me, so I don't know. I feel like that's a personal attack on me, and I feel like I want to leave the club because of it. That's what I'm thinking. Why are the board being so nasty to me? That's what I want to know. There's plenty of jobs available if I want to leave the club. Plenty of jobs, like Partizan. That would be a great... I think I'm a bit too far off getting the Partizan job right now, but Partizan would be a great one to get. If we look on the job security page, we can see that there's a few clubs that 1.5 stars. I mean, Smolovice, 1.5 stars. I could go for that job, but I feel like if I was going to stay in Belarus, I'd stay with Naftan, I think. There's a few Polish clubs who are, potentially within distance if we wanted them. That's something we can maybe think about, some of these Polish clubs. I don't know. I'm not going to do it right now, obviously. I just feel very offended by the board not wanting to talk to me. Anyway, that is bringing an end to today's episode. Next episode, then, I think we go through to Lokomotiv Gomel and Kimmich. Or did we play those guys at some point? I'm not sure. I feel like we played the Kimmich game, or did we not? No, we didn't play Kimmich game on camera, did we? We didn't play that at all. So next episode, we're going to go all the way through to Lokomotiv Gomel and Kimmich, which takes us into the second half of the season, actually, which is pretty exciting. Hopefully by then, we'll have picked up some form again, start winning a few more games and get ourselves back on top of the table. But until then, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have done, drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you next time. Have a great evening. Goodbye.